NBC Palm Springs. We're a dog's best choice for
Now on NBC Palm Springs at 11, updates on the Charlie Kirk assassination as the investigation continues to find the shooter. That's coming up. Also, restrictions on immigration raids spark outrage, especially here in the Coachella Valley. We'll hear more from a local organization about the decision. That's coming up.
We're tracking overnight lows in the 60s. I'll have all that and more in the full forecast coming up as your NBC Palm Springs starts now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
President Trump honors Charlie Kirk tonight. You're looking live at the American flag at the White House, which was ordered to half-staff today after the conservative political activist was assassinated. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Mark Mester. A new chapter tonight in this era of political violence. Conservative political activist Charlie Kirk is dead, assassinated while speaking on a college campus in Utah. Tonight, political leaders from both parties condemning the attack as America reels from another political assassination. Liz Kreutz has the latest.
Hundreds of people were there at Utah Valley University to see conservative activist Charlie Kirk, who had just thrown hats to the cheering crowd and posted on X, "We are so back," touting the first stop on what he called the American Comeback Tour. The 31-year-old conservative star who rallied young people behind President Trump. He just started talking there under that white tent when witnesses say one shot rang out. The shooting was captured on video and is too disturbing to show. Immediately, crowds started running for cover.
We just heard an immediate pop. We're like, what's going on here? And then after that pop, we just saw him in his neck. We saw him fall backward.
I was the last one standing because I couldn't quite believe. I thought maybe it was a stunt. I'm still shaking and I'm still crying. I love Charlie Kirk. He's awesome. And I pray for him and his family.
Brendan says he was just 15 feet away. He says Kirk was answering audience questions. He had just been asked about mass shootings when the shot was fired.
He was actually just talking about mass shootings, too, which is crazy, with the trans shooting that just happened recently with the trans shooter. And as soon as he got done answering the question, we heard a loud pop. He got hit in the left side of his neck and dropped. We all dropped. His security dragged him out of there, and we just ran. I was more angry, I would say, than terrified. You know, we hear all the time that we're the problem, we're the violent ones, we're the issue, and yet this is the second mass, shooting attempt on a political figure. First Donald Trump, now we have Charlie Kirk.
Kim had come to see Kirk with her daughter Bentley.
It was scary because you don't know if it's real, if it's not, but you just have to go with your gut and get out of there.
Former Congressman Jason Chaffetz was also there with his family.
People came out to hear the dialogue, the back and forth. Ask him anything. That's what Turning Point and Charlie Kirk's all about. Ask him anything. In the midst of that, the shot rang out.
He says everyone started running and screaming.
And I just hope and pray that somehow, some way, he survives this.
But just before 5 this afternoon, President Trump posting the tragic news. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. In the House, a moment of silence.
I'm just going to state the obvious here. This is detestable, what's happened. Political violence has become all too common in American society, and this is not who we are. Political violence must be called out, and it has to stop.
The university says the gunman fired from a building 200 yards away. FBI Director Kash Patel saying they have a subject for the horrific shooting in custody, while Utah's governor described a person of interest.
We have a person of interest in custody that is being interviewed right now.
The only information we have on the suspect, the possible shooter, is taken from closed-circuit TV here on campus. We do have that. We're analyzing it. but it is security camera footage, so you can kind of guess what the quality of that is. But we do know dressed in all dark clothing, but we don't have a much better description.
But late tonight, the FBI director posting that person of interest has now been released. So many witnesses saying they saw no security at the event before the assassination.
There was no checkpoints, nothing to get in here. Everyone was just able to walk in here. I'm like, I have my backpack. I'm like, if I wanted to, I could just bring a gun with me.
Charlie Kirk survived by his wife and 2 young children. His organization, Turning Point USA, asking that everyone keep his family and loved ones in their prayers.
That was Liz Kreutz reporting for us this evening. The political activist caught the eyes of millions through social media. His death today even affecting those right here in the Coachella Valley. Here's Brett Rosen.
This video was taken not even 3 months ago at the Student Action Summit, an event hosted by Turning Point USA. It was also the last event 19-year-old local Jacob Blodgett attended, hearing the founder, Charlie Kirk, speak. Today, Blodgett says the feeling of losing someone he looked up to, words just can't describe.
I've had the pleasure of hearing him a couple times speak. The big thing for me, I think, was he's bringing back critical thinking skills to our younger generation. Yeah, it was kind of a shock, obviously, when it hit, and I don't want to think about the fallout that's potential, but yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
Blodgett says seeing someone murdered for their beliefs is disturbing, and hopes to see a shift where politics and violence don't share the same realm.
Disappointment, I guess, that this is where we're at currently in the nation, and a hope that we would hopefully see that we need to go back to how it used to be, and where we respect human life above all things, because we should be able to share ideas, in America without resulting to violence. So
even politicians in the Coachella Valley are voicing their opinions on X. Republican Representative Ken Calvert sending his thoughts and prayers. Democratic Representative Dr. Raul Ruiz and Republican Assemblyman Greg Wallace, while on different sides of the political aisle, are both condemning the political violence, saying it has no room in this country. And now that Charlie Kirk is dead, Jacob Blodgett only hopes the same people that attended his Turning Point USA conferences would be the same to continue his legacy.
I would hope that this has the same effect as, when President Trump got shot, that people would actually rally to his side and realize that hopefully conservatives are on the side of freedom and sanity in this case, and his legacy would continue.
That was Brett Rosen reporting this evening. President Trump releasing a new statement tonight about Charlie Kirk's death. It was just a few hours ago. Here's what he had to say.
This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace.
The president was a friend of Kirk's and says, quote, he was loved and admired by all. And we have more reaction this evening. It's from residents right here in the Coachella Valley who spoke about the deadly shooting today. Here's what they had to say.
The whole thing is so sad. I listen to him quite often, and he seems like such a fair, honest man. And it's so sad what's happening in our country right now.
I think it's gotten out of control. And I'm tired of hearing that all these people that are not stable are going around committing these acts.
Everybody thinks that we have to shoot somebody because they have an opinion, and nobody wants to listen to anybody else's opinion.
We need to take the guns off the street everywhere. That way there is going to be more people here who are going to feel more safe.
We've been streaming the latest developments as well as the press conferences online and on Facebook. You can go to our website for the latest information as this story continues to develop. Get a break at the headlines, get a check on the forecast. Live pictures right here from our Agua Caliente casino camera high above there in Rancho Mirage. For the latest on the forecast, we'll send things over to Kai Beach.
Happy Wednesday evening, everyone. We're seeing some cool and dry conditions out there. Temperatures 10 to 15 degrees below average. Let's take a look at those highs today. West end of the valley, Palm Springs 95, east end Indio 99, up the hill Joshua Tree 80, and in Big Bear City a cool 69 degrees. Tonight it's going to be nice out there. Big Bear City just above freezing, 38 degrees. Wow, that looks nice as well. Low 50s. Here on the valley floor, Palm Springs in the 60s, Indio 70s, up the hill 29 Palms, 65 degrees. Tonight's evening walk forecast, it was nice out there. 6 o'clock, just under 90 degrees. 10 o'clock, just under 80 degrees. And at midnight, we are in the 60s. Oh, that sounds so nice. High temps today across the country. Denver, low 90s. Kansas City, go Chiefs, 88. Minneapolis, Minnesota, 74. Our friends in the Bay, San Francisco, 69 degrees, but it is humid there, especially for them. The reason why this is happening here in Southern California, low pressure system, Northern California. It's working its way down the state. That's dropping temperatures below average for this time of year. It will feel nice over the next few days, but temperatures will start to increase as we head into the weekend. Let's take a look at this Thursday and Friday. Looking at high 90s by Saturday. Back to triple digits. Overnight lows, low 70s. Full forecast coming up in just a bit.
New at 11 tonight, the Supreme Court's decision to block a lower court ruling that had imposed restrictions on immigration raids in the Los Angeles area has sparked outrage in the community, including right here in the Coachella Valley. Our reporter, Antonio Marquez, has more on this decision.
The Supreme Court voted in favor of the Trump administration, allowing immigration patrols to resume in the LA area. Community organizations warned that this opens the door to racial discrimination against immigrants and Latino citizens here in the Valley.
We are very disappointed with the Supreme Court ruling that happened yesterday, Monday, September 9th, providing the green light for federal agents to continue to terrorize and separate families in our community just because of their color of the skin.
The measure overturns the previous order that limited immigration arrests based on language, race, or type of employment.
History repeating itself. Our community, immigrant community, continues to be impacted. Our hearts are torn.
For Luz Gallegos, the decision impacts more than just the undocumented community.
And this is not just for a community that's undocumented, but it always also impacts the well-being of those that are U.S.-born citizens or have a legal status. But because of our color of the skin, we are also being placed in racial profiling.
Attorney Claudio Coren explains what this means legally for the community.
What the Supreme Court did was to suspend the temporary restraining order. The entire case that provide reasons to the TRO is going to a court, to another federal judge, to discuss the merits of the lawsuit, the underlying lawsuit.
Antonio Marquez, NBC Palm Springs.
Coming up next this evening, Harold Matzner was laid to rest today. More on the private ceremony. That's after this. Also tomorrow marks the remembrance of September 11th and its tragic events, how local firefighters and others are gathering to reflect and to pay tribute. First tonight, we have a live look from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 11 o'clock on this Wednesday evening. We're so happy that you're staying up late with us, and we're back after this.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, Discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix. When it comes committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 11.
Tomorrow, millions across the country will hold ceremonies for those who lost their lives in the 9/11 attacks. We have live images this evening from Lower Manhattan, shows Ground Zero and the 9/11 Memorial and Museum. Ceremonies will start right there in just a few hours. Here at home, the city of Palm Springs and the Palm Springs Fire Department will pay tribute to the fallen victims at Fire Station 2 in front of their memorial. It'll include a performance by a New York Fire Department firefighter and his daughter. All are welcome to gather in the cul-de-sac on North El Cielo. Captain Skyberg describes the purpose behind tomorrow's memorial.
What we're looking for is to have the community come out here. The goal for us, the mission for us tomorrow is for us to never forget. Simple as that. I've got a daughter, 7-year-old, and a 5-year-old, and I'm trying to teach them this is what occurred, this is why it occurred, and this is why we memorialize this event to ensure that everybody in the future generations continue to hold on to the event that took place, because it was bad.
There are also other memorials taking place. Places like Miles Park, Civic Center campus, and St. Teresa Catholic Church will have coverage starting tomorrow evening. Cathedral City honored outgoing city manager Charlie McClendon tonight with the key to the city. Have a look. You just saw the presentation right there from tonight's city council meeting. McClendon served the city for 11 years, credited with spearheading the construction of the community amphitheater and Esperanza Park. He also led the revitalization of downtown and guided the city through Tropical Storm Hillary. His final day as city manager is September 19th, which will wrap up his 47-year career in local government. The family of Harold Matzner has shared that he was peacefully laid to rest today in a private ceremony with close family members. They say they're deeply grateful for the outpouring of love and support during this difficult time. Matzner donated more than $85 million to Coachella Valley nonprofits. He championed healthcare, education, and the arts. A public celebration of life is planned for Tuesday, October 21st in the Palm Springs area. Further details about that event will be announced in the coming weeks. Matzner died last Thursday at Eisenhower Medical Center after a brief illness. He was 88 years old. Giving you a live look tonight from our Agua Caliente casino camera from downtown Palm Springs. Kai Beach is in. He's got the details on your end-of-week forecast. That's when we come right back. Don't go anywhere.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix. When it comes to top
On this Wednesday evening, you're looking live from our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera there in Rancho Mirage. For the latest on the forecast, we're going to send things over to our Kai Beach.
We are seeing some beautiful weather out there, especially for this time of year. Take a look at the high today, 95 degrees, normally 104. So we are below average when it comes to the highs. And those overnight lows, take a look at that. We're in the 60s when normally we're in the mid 70s. Dew point, relative humidity, dry, especially compared to last week when it was moist and muggy. Highs today, Big Bear City, 69 degrees. Joshua Tree, we're looking at 80. Palm Springs, 95. And Indio, 99 degrees. For the lows tonight, Cabazon, 64. Our friends in Big Bear, just above freezing, 38 degrees. Here on the valley floor, West End, Palm Springs, 69. East End, Thousand Palms, 73. Tomorrow's morning walk forecast, it's great. Take a look at 6 o'clock. It's going to be almost sweater weather for us desert folk. High 60s, 8 o'clock, mid 70s, 10 o'clock, 80 degrees, and at noon, we're at 87 degrees. Those winds today, nearly 40 miles an hour near Whitewater. They do start to taper down as we head into the weekend. But remember, if you're on I-10, always be careful of those strong wind gusts. For that peak heat tomorrow, Palm Springs going to see 96 highs, Rancho Mirage 99, lows, Beaumont, and Idlewild, all in the high 70s. The reason why this is happening, low pressure system working its way from Northern California to Southern California. That's dropping temperatures 10 to 15 degrees below average for this time of year. Holiday countdown, it's here, just a few weeks away. We're going to see fall 2 months away, less than 2 months away. We got Halloween. 7-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. Thursday and Friday, both in the 90s. Temperatures do start to rise back in the triple digits. After that, overnight lows go from low 70s to low 80s.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. The NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Well, welcome back. Friday Night Football, all about the roar of the crowd and the energy in the stands. But at Shadow Hills High School, two athletes proving that the game is about much more than just the sound. Caitlin Kelly has the story.
This is what game day is like for Shadow Hills deaf and hard of hearing athletes Zakiah Mason and Jonathan Moyotel. But for them, their energy isn't pulled from the roar of the crowd. It comes from within.
So I wanted to join because I wanted to try. I really like dancing. When I grew up, I've always liked music and dancing. I like the feel of the beat of music.
For Zakiah, the beat is felt through movement. For Jonathan, the rhythm of the game comes from the field itself, playing on special teams for the Shadow Hills football team.
When I play football here at Shadow Hills High School, it makes me feel like all the people come and they watch and they have fun. And they watch the game, and everyone, they come to watch me and see me. And I've been playing since I was a freshman. And people are happy to come see me and watch me play here at Shadow Hills High School.
Both Zakiah and Jonathan refuse to let being deaf limit them. And Shadow Hills High School supports their success with one of the Valley's strongest programs for deaf and hard of hearing students, alongside a top-tier American Sign Language curriculum.
So we are the only high school in the entire desert that has a deaf and hard of hearing program. 4 years ago, we started offering American Sign Language as a foreign language. The kids can take as an alternative to Spanish. And it has just opened up our campus for our deaf students here to be able to communicate with anyone on campus.
Well, I used to think that a lot of the deaf kids were not really sociable. They would always keep to themselves. But now that I've been able to talk to them and learn about them, they're very outgoing and very sociable and really fun to talk to.
This Friday, Zakiah and Jonathan will take the field for Shadow Hills' homecoming game, showing that true strength isn't measured by sound and that determination can speak volumes. Caitlin Kelly, NBC Palm Springs.
Well, as Caitlin mentioned, homecoming is Friday night when the Knights host Desert Hot Springs. Well, that'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
These are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating. And we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix. When it comes to top stories, we're on a whole new orbit.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
If you go to a movie theater this fall, you might think that you've time traveled back to 1995. David Daniel reports some popular movies are celebrating anniversaries with a return to the big screen.
You are a child's plaything!
You are a sad, strange little man.
The original Toy Story is 30 years old. Woody, Buzz, and the gang are returning to theaters for a limited re-release Friday.
Houston, we have a problem.
Apollo 13 is also 30 years old. You can see the Oscar-winning film in IMAX for 1 week beginning September 19th.
I believe this is going to be our finest hour.
I saw a ghost. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
In the mood for something spectral, Casper returns to theaters for its 30th anniversary, October 3rd.
All I can remember is the seven of us always together.
From 1995 to 85, the Brat Pack classic St. Elmo's Fire marks its 40th anniversary with a 1 week limited re-release beginning October 17th.
You're not gonna believe how out of hand it's gonna be.
I came here in a time machine that you invented.
Great Scott!
Our time travel tour terminates with Back to the Future, which arrives in premium large screen format theaters for a 40th anniversary limited run October 31st. No DeLorean required.
Well, we're going, we don't need roads.
Out of time in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Brighter Side of the News is brought to you by Fiesta Kia. Discover the all-new Fiesta Kia located in the I-10 Auto Mall.
All right, finally tonight there is a new M&M flavor. Have a look at honey roasted peanut M&Ms. They've arrived. According to the company, the M&Ms combine the quote perfect blend of crunch with a touch of honey sweetness. The new flavor will be a permanent member of the M&M's lineup. All right, that's going to do it for us here on this Wednesday evening. Thank you so much for staying up late with us. We'll be right back here tomorrow evening. We hope to see you then. Good night.